Hey everyone, Andrew Warner, founder of Mixergy.com. I recently did an interview with Jason McVearry of Media Temple, and before I tell you what I learned from that interview, let me explain to you why I'm wearing his t-shirt. I'm doing it as a way of apologizing to Jason. See, I told Jason that when he gave me one of his t-shirts at an event, when I got home, I took it, I crumpled it up, and I tossed it right in the garbage. And I said that to him because I want to be as open and honest in my interviews, because that's the only way that I can get the people who I interview to be open and honest with me. And isn't that what you want? You want people in business to finally be open with us so you and I could learn from them and learn from the truth, not their PR department. All right, so I told that to Jason, and I could see he was hurt. And if you download the interview, you're gonna hear it. The guy was hurt. I told him that I took his baby and I tossed it in the garbage. And I asked him if he'd send me a new T-shirt. I told him that I'd wear it here, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I've got to say, this is a good T-shirt. What do you guys think? Do you like the T-shirt? I know it's got a big brand right here in the center, but tell me what you think. All right, let's get on to what I learned from the interview. Number one, the reason Media Temple, MT right here, is such a big brand is because these guys go after authority figures. People who have authority on the internet have a way of persuading you and me to use a hosting company like Media Temple. And there's so many hosting companies out there, right? But the reason people keep bringing up Media Temple to me is that if you look at TechCrunch, if you look at Mashable, if you look at the authorities in this industry, they all have a little Media Temple logo on their websites. And by the way, you know, I've got a whole bunch of books here. One of my favorites is this book by Robert Cialdini, the book called Influence. And one of the big influencers that he says that persuades people to action is authority. If you hook up with an authority, people are going to attach that authority's reputation to your reputation. They're more likely to be swayed. All right, so that's just one thing that I learned from the conversation. Let me tell you another thing that I learned. Number two, there it is. They go in person to meet their potential clients. Now, I keep hearing this over and over in my interviews. People who are in the tech space keep surprising me by telling me that the way they get their best customers and their best relationships isn't by being online, isn't by buying ads on Google, but by going out and seeing potential customers in person. And he talks to me about how Media Temple does that. Number three thing that I learned from them is they sponsor. They sponsor a lot of events. I actually saw them at Blog World at an event, and they were being ushered around, the Media Temple people were, and introduced to everybody, and they were treated like rock stars, partly because they were buying everyone's drinks by sponsoring, and also because the event hosts need to take care of their sponsors. So that's another way that they get connections with people in the tech community and build up their reputation there. Actually, did I? No, I didn't. Final note here, and by the way, I'm looking around because I know I learned so much more from this conversation, but I've got to keep it simple, so I'm going to focus on just four things. Fourth thing that I learned is these guys bring in the brains. How many times have you gone to a conference and seen that the company sent their biggest smiles? The salespeople who are the most charming, who are the most entertaining, but don't know squat. The thing I like about Media Temple is they bring in the guys who are tech savvy. In fact, you could sit at one of their events with one of their tech people and over a drink get some free tech support from them because they bring the brains to conferences. Hey guys, I go to tons of conferences. I don't need to see more of your smilers. I need people who can answer my questions, and I'm glad that Media Temple does that. So there it is, just a few things that I learned from a conversation with Jason. Download it. You're going to hear so much more, and you'll learn what Media Temple's doing to grow their brand and build their reputation, and you and I can take some of their ideas and apply it to our brands. Till next time, Andrew Warner. I'll see you at a Mixergy event.